What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Apex Predator TV. Headed out to check on the food plot and threw some seed out last Wednesday. The weather app on my phone was pretty sporadic as far as letting me know what days were actually going to rain and which days weren't. I didn't really get anything higher than like a 35% chance of rain. So I ended up getting lucky. It ended up raining pretty heavy Friday. It rained Saturday. I believe it rained some Sunday night as well. And it's also been raining. Here it is. Today is Wednesday. So I know it rained Tuesday as well. So pretty excited there. I was really scared Thursday, just knowing that the seeds pretty much sat out in the sun for the majority of that evening. So headed out here to see if hopefully I can see some germinated seeds and maybe some early sprouting going on. I hope you guys been out there, or at least got your food plots established, because October is really a frost month, the first frost month, so you really only have the remainder of August, September, and then October. So August and October. August is that iffy month when it comes to planting, and October is that iffy month when it comes to the first frost. So you just gotta kind of stay ahead of the game in both aspects. But we're about to head out there now, so definitely stay tuned. Let's see what we can see. Like I said, we headed out to check out the food plot. It's been some pretty good weather as far as getting seeds started. We've been getting the moisture. It ain't been too hot out here. So I'm definitely excited about that the soil's actually locking in moisture. Did end up picking a couple tree stands up from my buddy's property. Yeah, idiots out there poaching and were dumb enough to put tree stands up on his property. And what makes it even worse, the idiots got their names on them. It's like, how stupid can you be? But it is kind of late. We are approaching basically 8 o'clock in the evening, and I typically do not make trips to the woods this late. So just wanted to catch the property and see what's actually going on, check my progress. Definitely looking good. I'll turn this around so you guys can actually see it. But definitely got a lot of sprouting going on. Definitely excited. I ended up throwing down a seed blend called Brassica Overload. And I also stacked it with some clover seeds. Definitely excited. I can see a lot of these seeds are actually germinating, so definitely really excited about that. Was really skeptical on seeding it when I did, but I am glad I did now, because it actually did rain, so I don't feel like I made a bad decision at all. Probably making a bad decision now coming out here this late, but even better, we got growth in even the sandy parts of the soil. As you can see, some of that stuff is still dying from the glyphosate that I sprayed down here before I actually threw the seed down. I got some cereal rye still coming up. Baby rabbit or something over there. And of course this tree is dropping a lot of those helicopters right now, so definitely something I'm probably gonna just let it do its thing. I mean, I know a lot of people are extremely anti-weeds, and I am one of those people, but you know, I also believe in just letting nature do its thing. So if I can get some free seeds or some free forage out of nature itself, and you know, it kind of saves me from spending some money, I'm definitely going to utilize that. So you can definitely see here where a lot of the clover is definitely taken off. It hasn't even been a week yet, so a few more rains, it's definitely going to take off in here. So I'm definitely excited. Some of this stuff's really taking off. And this dirt, this entire food plot, I mean, if you would have saw this when I first started off, I mean, I did get growth in here, but it took a lot of work. I basically whacked all this down with an old manual weed whip. I wasn't out here with a gas weed whacker or anything like that. I actually swung the old school weed whip and knocked all that down myself. And yeah, you can see these seeds are just really taking off in here, so I don't want to walk on this stuff too much. But I am definitely excited. This food plot has been doing really well. This used to actually be an old horse corral we had when we had horses. And you would think that the soil and the pH would be optimal, but that was many years ago, and this soil has gotten really dry. It's a lot of sand in it as well. In this particular area, there's a lot of clay in our soil. But it's definitely doing this thing. Last year I planted a lot of brassicas. I hit it with a seed blend called Shady Patch by is that Whitetail Solutions or something like that. I don't want to get the line here, but if you're a rookie at food plots, that's definitely a really good seed blend. That stuff will grow in shade as well. I threw some in here, and also have a little closed canopy food plot back there that stuff actually worked pretty well in. I mean, it basically grew with minimal sunlight, which was the plan, and I actually succeeded. But again, you can kind of see the green haze to it, a bunch of baby sprouts coming up. Especially over here, you can see this stuff is like really taking off. So I'm definitely hoping I get a surge in growth here, especially next month. It's a more cereal rye coming up here. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. Like I said, I use a blend called Brassica Overload. And again, it's not one of these mainstream food plot blends like Domain or anything like that. No, I'm not hating on Domain. I actually love Domain products. But just wanted to try something a little different. You know, see what works best. I definitely like Domain. My only problem last season, I believe, with Domain is I planted the seed too early. So when it actually came to the hunting season, everything had already been past the 60 days, probably more so going towards the 90-day mark, and a lot of it just wasn't as nearly digestible as plants are when they're younger. So the deers did pick through it, but they definitely didn't eat it as much as I would want them to, especially after all the work that I put in. But again, definitely excited. I cut the trees down in here and everything. That's all me. Cut the trees down. I actually took the brush and lined it up around the side. And in the effort to get a deer's more coverage, I know a lot of people say, you know, don't box deers in, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a strong believer in that you can train deers to do exactly what you want them to do. You know, you can create the pathways you want them to use and all the different boxes and things they need for coverage. And these deers really like this area now. I mean, they got coverage over there. Nobody ever really goes over there. And then beyond this field, there's another wall of brush you can see. And there's another field, and there's another wall of brush. So lots of coverage in this area. My main concern was the neighbors over here, because as you can see, there's a farm. You can kind of see in the background there. But I did do some hinge cutting there, and I'm starting to close this area up too. And I noticed just with the few hinge cuts that I've done, the deers have become way more comfortable with coming on this property in the daytime, which was a major problem of ours. That's really why I couldn't record any of my hunts last season, just for the simple fact that the deers that I was actually shooting at were coming out, I mean, literally right on the edge of legal hunting hours. I do plan on changing that up this year. Got a couple more tree stands that I do plan on hanging up out here, so not exactly sure where I want to put them at. There's my one trail cam right here, as you can see, just sitting up there. But the deers have been slowing down on this mineral site just a little bit. I'm not really worried. This is something they do every year. You know, deers, they'll hit the mineral sites really hard at the beginning of spring, then they'll take a break. Then they'll start to hit it really hard again around June and July. Then they'll take another break, and then they'll usually hit it one more time extremely hard during the rut and around the rut. So this is my second mineral site, and this one they really love. I mean, it's basically worn down, but a lot of the minerals have been washed into the soil. So right now they're just having a lot of fun picking at the dirt. I did install another Terra cam right here on this tree to see what's actually hitting the site. Some more hinge cuts I did for coverage. And the trees have actually been growing this way too, so I'm definitely excited there. That was part of the reason. Another part of the reason too, just to give them some more forage, some woody browse for them to pick through. So definitely excited. Here a fox just came out of the hole. She's back there howling, making noise. And this is my old but goodie right here. This is an old lean-to that we used to actually keep our horses in. And as you can see, it's a little hole in the back right there, right where that little chipmunk is running around in there. But I usually sit in there and I shoot right out of this hole right here. As the deers come through, sometimes they'll cut through here, they'll walk right past me, hit the mineral site. Or if I'm lucky, I can watch them walk up from the back of the woods, and I'm pretty much just set up shop. So but I am definitely excited. I cannot stress that enough, how excited I am for this whitetail season. Like I said, I got 2 more tree stands that I plan on hanging up. Not exactly sure where just yet. This tree right here was supposed to be a hinge cut as well, and the weight actually broke it the rest of the way off of the trunk, so that didn't work out as planned. However, these other hinge cuts right here did work out just fine. They actually did grow, but it looks like they're just finally starting to, the leaves are starting to come off of it or whatever, but still provides the coverage they need. So I do think I will maybe next or in this January cut a few more of those trees over there and hinge cut them just to give them that coverage. You know, deers move a lot better in the daytime when they have coverage to do so. So part of our problem last year was that the deers had to wait till these people stop feeding their cows and they come out and they'll collect wood for the fireplace. The good thing is the deers are used to that human scent and the human smell just because they come out so much. But the bad thing is, like I said, the deers come tipping out of the brush 10 minutes before legal hunting hours. And now you gotta just pray to God that that deer comes out at a good time. I'm really liking this thick tree right here. There's a couple right in there. I would really like to hang a stand on that one of these 2 trees. I like them. They're thick. They kind of give me the coverage I need. And the deers definitely come walking through here, so that'd be a good way to catch them kind of cutting through and probably get a nice 30-yard shot. So I'm definitely gonna consider one of those 2 trees. And I also got I actually cleared this path out too. Me and my son's been and my daughter as well, we've been coming through here on the 4-wheelers, trying to open some of this stuff up for ourselves and the deers, and just kind of hope that the deers will use this as well. And I also kind of like this tree right here. It's still not thick enough, but I do like how it's kind of got like the 3-finger concept, because even though it's not that wide of a tree, I'm still thinking like it'd be a nice tree to hang something in the middle, or honestly build a platform in between those 3. That'd be nice just to kind of have a deck up there. We also got a white oak tree up in here. That's one of the thicker ones over here. That's got a lot of branches in it though. So that tree would definitely have to be trimmed up to stick something in there. And again, that area is kind of like too open for their cow pasture over there. And I mean, just from being out here and watching how the deers move, these deers don't really come into this area until it's like after midnight. So clearly I wouldn't be out here hunting at those times. This is a pretty nice tree too. My only problem with it is it's just not thick enough. But I do like how it sits off of this trail and also off of this food plot over here. So I definitely kind of like the pinch point concept. But again, kind of not thick enough. But I also do kind of like the coverage too, because if the deers come from this way, just imagine if you a deer, you gotta look through all this stuff up here. And 9 times out of 10 at corners, deers don't look up. They come here and then they look out this way. They'll come here and they'll look out that way. They're not gonna look right up and see you right here 9 times out of 10 on the pinch point. Now, if you're in a tree in the middle of the woods, or if you're in a tree in the middle of a food plot, yeah, they're gonna see you as they approach. Another good thing I like about here is right now there's plenty of forage in here for the deers, plenty of woody browse. I mean, there's some of everything in here. So a lot of forage in here for the deers. So lately I've been seeing some pretty healthy deer in here. Been seeing, I did see my target buck. We call him King Cadora. But man, he is an extremely smart buck. I mean, this guy is like ghost buck out here. I mean, you see him 1 time or twice during the summer, then you'll see him maybe 2 times during the rut. I mean, this guy is like the nicest 10, 12 point in this area. I know that for sure. And, you know, I know a lot of guys, there's a whole argument, debate, speculation, whatever you want to call it, on nocturnal bucks. And some guys are saying, oh, none of them are nocturnal and you just got to time them right. Trust me, this deer is for sure nocturnal. I've seen him 1 time on the trail cam all the way in the back on broad daylight. I still haven't seen him on the mineral sites, anything. I mean, yeah, he's extremely smart. But yeah, just wanted to show you all that. Show you my food plot. Definitely impressed with the progress for not even a full 7 days worth of growth. So as you can see, it's pretty overcast out here. I love the fact that it's not just dry as a bone. I mean, we are literally mid-August right now, and just I'm so thankful for how cool it is and how moist this dirt is right now. It's another licking branch I have right here. I really don't know if they've been using that. And again, I thank God all the time that my parents actually own this property, and I grew up on this property. It's just it's a complete blessing to be able to hunt on private land. You can just do so much more. You can be so much more consistent, and just the preparation, being able to install things like trail cameras and licking branches and things like that. So this licking branch right here is at 40 yards, and that licking branch right there is at 40 yards. I have a tree stand in that tree up there. I've mentioned this probably 4 or 5 times already, but I love to reiterate on getting really familiar with your landmarks. There's a tree stand, a licking branch right there, that's at 30 yards. And across from that, there's like a group of 3. As you can see, stumps right here. That's all between 30 and 34 yards. So, you know, I don't think I know I have never used my rangefinder during the actual hunt to where, you know, to me, that's just way too much movement. I know some of you guys get up 20 feet in a tree and you see the deer coming from 80 and 90 yards away and things like that. You know, in this area in particular where I hunt at, these deers have like very, or I should say, I have very minimal visibility when it comes to how these deers, man, I've had deers just pop right out on me. I mean, the deer's already within 40 yards. Last thing you want to do is go reaching out a rangefinder and you're trying to unzip things and unvelcro things to get it out, and now you got to get your bow or your crossbow or your gun or whatever you're using in time. But that's just too much, man. That's way too much movement if you ask me. So again, like I say, and I reiterate all the time, get familiar with where you're hunting at. You won't even need a rangefinder if you know good and well this deer is going to pop out at 50 yards right here or 30 yards right there. Another thing that I do, and I learned this off my buddy with Whitetail Habitat Solutions, is if you have private property and you have licking branches up like this, pee on them, man. I pee on mine, and it sounds funny. It might sound gross to some. I'm a manly man, so it really doesn't turn my stomach or anything, but pee on them, man. It'll give that licking branch a musty smell, and during the rut, I mean, that's the type of stuff that really attracts bucks and does as well. If that stick's already kind of got a pungent odor to it, and then they're gonna come up, they're gonna, you know, wipe and lick on it, and they're gonna pee on it and scratch around themselves. But I mean, that's how I make my mock scrapes out here. So far I've been hyper focusing on this one right here. I really believe if I can bring a buck out to here, then I can bring them to the food plot. And notice I have it at the back of the food plot. So a lot of the times, as you can kind of see, there's a travel corridor right here. A lot of times the deers will come in from the side, they'll hop in, there's a little path, they come through here, and then they kind of creep up to the back of the food plot right here. Then they can come here. He can still kind of sit off in the kind of, you know, the backside or the bushes, if you will, and then he can get to scraping and doing whatever, getting himself comfortable. Then after that, 9 times out of 10, he'll come popping out here. He'll graze a little bit. If he comes out here within 40 yards, I got him. If he goes up there to 30, I got him. And if he goes closer than that, I mean, it's over. But thanks for tuning in to Apex Predator TV. Please like and subscribe. We probably got like, I think 34 or 35 subscribers right now. I know I don't shoot a lot of footage, but I try to shoot the footage I can. As of right now, I'm just going through a lot of stuff personally that I really won't get into. But I mean, trust me, the real good stuff is coming. We definitely got some hardware and some tools to try to get some live hunts this year. I've done some hinge cutting out here to try to make that possible, give the deer some more coverage so they'll come out, you know, during the daylight hours. So definitely, like I said, definitely stay tuned. Feel free to drop comments. Always welcome to drop, you know, ideas and maybe different seed blends you use and techniques you use. Please leave those comments in the comment section. We definitely appreciate you. I do appreciate the few people that have interacted or whatnot. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for your support. But anyway, like I said, stay tuned. Please make sure you like and subscribe at Apex Predator TV. And take it easy. God will be treated like unwanted property. You got to see.